Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's happening, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video to kind of make you aware of a video that you might be interested in checking out if you are a YouTube content creator yourself. And I'm not just talking about people with YouTube channels and vloggers, but pretty much everybody who has a business these days should have a YouTube channel, in my opinion. So pretty much anybody involved in business should probably have at least some loose understanding of like YouTube policies, what's going on YouTube, etc. So YouTube lately, over the past year or so, has been putting out these community guidelines explain videos. You can find them from the back end dashboard of your YouTube creator account. And here's one about community guidelines explained. Sometimes they'll talk about monetization, delve into things like new videos and merch. This particular one was about community guidelines, and obviously that's always been kind of a hot topic on YouTube, but especially recently, a lot of channels are getting either demonetized or banned and shut down completely. I don't know if any of you guys follow any of the subreddits like YouTubers or NewTubers or anything like that, but every day there's numerous people who, my channel got shut down, I have no idea why, I feel like I'm within policy. So here's a video. It's only about 4 minutes and 40 seconds long. Definitely worth checking out. But just to give you guys kind of a big kind of blanket overview, as well as kind of share some thoughts on it, kind of the three areas that they explained were dangerous challenges, dangerous pranks, and drugs. So these are three areas that I don't want to say they're cracking down on, because she was very particular that nothing's changed. There's no new policies. They're just trying to offer a little bit more clarity in terms of like what's allowed, what's not allowed, because just reading through the terms of service, things are often very vague. So first, for challenges, they're talking about dangerous challenges. Obviously, dangerous is somewhat subjective. I think there's certain things that are obviously dangerous. Eating Tide Pods is dangerous. Snorting chemicals is dangerous. When it gets into, like, how about something like roof-topping, right? Like, that's kind of a hot niche on Instagram. And YouTube is people who climb cranes, climb on roofs, etc. Where does a line get drawn between extreme sports and dangerous stunts, right? Because I don't think YouTube would have any issues with like bungee jumping videos, people uploading videos of like skydiving, maybe even like wearing wingsuits and flying down the sides of mountains. Like, those are very dangerous activities, but at the same time, I don't think that's really like encouraging young people to try to do things or getting people to participate in dangerous things. And one kind of general thing, and they kind of discussed this more in the area of drugs, but I forget the acronym she used, watch the video, but they talked about like some areas that most content is safe is if it's educational, documentary, they said it was ED, educational, documentary, science, and there was one other area. So there's a lot of weird stuff on YouTube. Like, you'll find like weird like breastfeeding videos and stuff, or like videos about sex that try to be educational, even though it's really like much more, even though they're putting it up there for more kind of like erotic purposes. But a lot of people try to use these policies to kind of get around YouTube rules and things like that. Like, hey, we're going to be doing a documentary on eating Tide Pods. Like, obviously that type of stuff isn't allowed. But when it comes to like drug use and things like that, if you made a documentary about heroin users, even if there were heroin users in the video, it would probably be allowed because it falls under documentary. If you make a video of yourself shooting up heroin, something like that probably wouldn't be allowed. Obviously there's a lot of interpretation. There's kind of a lot of vagueness here. But I know a lot of roof-toppers. There was one roof-topper that I used to watch, and his videos basically lost all visibility on YouTube, so I would guess that he probably fell under the area of dangerous challenges. So just something to be aware of if you're thinking about starting a new channel, or if you're thinking about taking your channel in a certain direction. If monetization is important to you, might want to be careful about what you do. And also, if you don't want all your hard work to be wiped away by having your channel taken down completely, again, something to consider. The next area was pranks. Kind of the same thing as with challenges. They don't want dangerous pranks. So dangerous pranks would be something like swatting. I believe she said dangerous pranks is something where somebody feels in physical danger. If you were to have a bunch of people with baseball bats go up to somebody on the street and act like they were going to jump them to scare them, like something like that wouldn't be allowed. Again, how far they want to take that, I'm not really sure. There's a YouTuber by the name of Chainsy. And way back when he first started his channel, he used to do some kind of fairly amusing videos. I used to kind of like prank channels back in the day, but he used to do some kind of funny videos where he would go to like some type of like public square, like where coffee shops and things like that were. And when people were getting ready to sit down, he would pull their chair out from under them and they'd fall and bust their ass. And obviously, you could hurt somebody. But at the same time, it's kind of funny. It's not like that dangerous. So I'm not really sure how YouTube would look at something like that. And then the last area is drug use. Now, I was kind of wondering, like, now that, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of marijuana channels, like, marijuana is becoming legal in a lot of places. Like, if somebody were to start a channel, like, reviewing different strains of marijuana, something like that, is that something that YouTube would allow? And she was, I don't think YouTube is necessarily going to be pushing marijuana and drug-related content, but she was very specific to talk about no hard drugs. I think pretty much everybody would agree marijuana isn't a hard drug. What is mushrooms? Is mushrooms a hard drug? I know Denver and Oakland just recently either legalized or at the very least decriminalized psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms use. Are mushrooms a hard drug or a soft drug? I think we could all probably agree that cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, Molly, all that type of stuff is probably hard drugs. And then she actually went a step further to say you can't use the YouTube platform to sell hard or soft drugs. And that's the only time that she referenced soft drugs. And so what I think that would mean is if you wanted to do a marijuana strain review and just kind of review different strains and talk about the effects and things like that, that would be fine. I'm pretty sure what wouldn't be fine is if you were a dispensary and started using it as a sales channel to, hey, here's Tangy Crush. It gives an uplifting feeling and this, that, and the other. And why don't you stop by our dispensary? Or not that you could sell drugs online, but if somebody who were selling drugs on a deep web or something like that were like, hey, click my link and come buy this marijuana from me. I think once you kind of put in a call to action or start using the video as a sales tool, I think that's when YouTube might take issue with it as well. So I thought this was interesting. Stay tuned to, like I said, the things on your creator dashboard. Terms of service and things like that are always purposely left very vague to give YouTube or Amazon or whatever other company a lot of leeway to kind of, go outside. I guess, basically to give them options if there's content that they don't want on their platform. But these videos, in my opinion, have been very helpful. Stay tuned for more of them. And I will link to this one in the description box below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and we'll catch you on the next video.